Hello, Vicky. Welcome to the class. We're going to wait for more students if you want. How are you, girl? What's the crack? Well, I'm going to start. I know that you know me, Vicky, but I need to introduce myself. I'm Cristina, I'm an English teacher in Aula Abierta, and I hope you are okay. Hello, everybody. Today is our last class, V1 class. I'm a little bit sad because we're going to finish this week with the videos, with the live video, so it's okay. It's time to finish. Then it's going to be summer. Um, Today I'm going to tell you general tips to do before the exam, during the exam, and after the exam. And I have here my quick references. So I'm going to start with the general tips before the exam. Okay, Vicky, are you going to take this exam this summer or well this year? I wanted to have the exam in my school with my kids. They studied this year B1 and I prepared them the next year. Okay, good, Vicky. I prepare my students for this year, but it couldn't be possible. So we're going to do maybe next December. We will see. So now I'm going to talk about the tips that you can use before your exam. I think it's important. I have here my computer. So rest well the night before the exam. Hello, Jathi Carmonavas. How are you? We are talking about general tips before the exam, during the exam, and after the exam. So, welcome to the class. So, the first tip I'm going to tell you is very, very easy. Rest well the night before the exam. Don't do crazy things to be looking at your grammar, vocabulary, use of English, all the things that you need to study because everything is already in your head. Okay, so you don't need to review more and more and more. I think you are going to get nervous, and that's not nice for the exam, before the exam. Now, point number 2, if the exam is in the morning, make a good breakfast. I remember when I took my exams, my flatmates made me a gorgeous breakfast. They made for me a toast with Nutella. What more? A coffee, a glass of orange juice. So it was nice. So thanks, flatmates, if you can see me. And yeah, that's all. If it's in the morning, make a good breakfast because your brain will need sugar to work a lot. More. Before the exam, prepare your bottle of water to take with you in the exam and to be hydrated in during the exam. Okay, so 3 points that you need to know. Rest well, have a good breakfast if it's in the morning, and take a bottle of water with you. Is it okay? I think everybody does this when they have exams. What do you think? Do you do? Not with B1 or B2 exams or A2 or flyers, movers, starters. I think all people do this type of tips, use them. Because if I have an exam and I'm really nervous, I know that maybe I'm not going to rest well. And also I feel nervous, so I can't eat anything, but you need to eat, okay, slowly, and you will see. Now, during the exam, tip 1, control the exam times well to avoid scares and races. Okay, if you are in the reading and writing exam, remember you have time because the listening is okay. You have the same time as the listening. But with reading and writing, speaking is the same like listening, but reading and writing, don't run in your answers, okay? It's important. More, another tip, you must plan your time well, and although you will not be able to enter the exam with a clock. Normally, in Cambridge exams, you have a clock on the wall, so don't be worried about it. Maybe the teacher that or the invigilator that is in the class is going to tells you the time, and if you have only 15 minutes, 10 minutes, and 5 minutes. I think so. It was when I took this exam, it was like this. Okay? Do you understand all the tips? So let's go. We continue. Don't write the exam in separate sheets, and they have to pass it to the answer sheets. You may not have time to rewrite it again, and the sheets that really are valid are the official ones of the exam. Remember that when you have the exam on the table, you also have another paper, so then there you have to write all the answers. This is the official paper that you need then to send to your teacher or the invigilator. I don't know who's going to be with you. I think it's a teacher. It was a teacher when I took the exam. Now, more things. If you take the exam in its computer-based format, don't go crazy with your mouse in your hand and use it calmly, and make sure that each question you answer is marked on the screen. Okay, I've never tried the computer-based format. I think it's easier than in paper format, but I've never tried. I prefer to write with my hand, you know. I don't like typing. Now, we continue. Another tip. You can use the test to underline both on paper and on the computer, and it is very important that you do it to keep the keyword ideas. The keywords or ideas. So I told you last classes, if you need to underline some words, do it. It's not a problem. You can write in this on this paper. Okay. More. Well, that were my ideas during the exam. Okay, the tips that you need to use. I think there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tips. And then, hello, Gemma. We are talking about general tips for your B1 exam. And I'm talking about before the exam, during the exam, and after the exam. We finished with during the exam. I repeat again. So before the exam, rest well, okay? Go to bed at, I don't know, maybe 10 o'clock or 10:30. You don't need to study and review more. All the things are in your head. If your exam is in the morning, have a good breakfast, okay? You can take a toast, a coffee. You need sugar for your brain. And the other tip is that you need to take a bottle of water before having the exam, okay? So you can go to the exam with a bottle of water if you need to drink water, if you feel nervous. Now, during the exam, you have more tips that you can use. So control the time, as you know, plan the time. Don't write in separate papers. Use the paper that you need to write all the answer sheet, okay? And if you do the exam in the computer, Don't go crazy with the mouse in your hand, please. Um, and make sure that each question you answer is marked on the screen. That's all. And if you want, you can underline all the keywords or ideas. That's before the exam and during the exam. Then, after the exam, I wrote this morning. I put go out for a drink with friends. Of course, you finished your exam, you did your best. Now it's time to relax. It's time to go with your friends and have a drink. I remember when I took my exams, when we finished the exams, we went to a pub. We used to go, Dicey's in Ireland, in Dublin, and we had a lot of drinks to forget our problems and forget about the exam, everything. Wait for your marks, okay? You know, you have 1 or 2 months, you need to wait for your marks. Don't be worried about it. Don't feel sad if your exam was a disaster. You don't know anything until you get your marks from Cambridge, okay? Maybe you think your exam was awful, but maybe your exam was really nice. You don't know, so wait for your marks. And then another tip that I think all your teachers can tell you is keep working every day. English is a gorgeous language, and I think it's important to, to keep working. Now, more things. Because I finished, so I told you the tips before the exam, the tips during the exam, and the tips when you finish the exam, okay? After the exam. I don't know who is online, but okay, Vicky, you are here and you didn't take this exam, so I can't ask you, but some people can ask about what can we do when we finish B1 exam. Well, if I told you keep working, it's because teachers want that students continue with English. So you need to prepare your B2 exam. When you finish your B2 exam and you get it, you need to continue with C1 and also C2. I think it's important, another language in our lives. Now, things I'm going to tell you. With my students, I prepare them with this book. I think it's very, very useful. I recommend you to have one of these. It's B1, okay? It's level 5, and there is another one, B1 level 4. So I don't know if you can find maybe in the Cambridge.com on the website. There are a lot of exercises you can do with reading, writing, listening, speaking. So it was really nice to work with this book. There are a lot of exercises, readings, vocabulary, phrasal verbs, use of English. So I recommend you this book. Also, there are other books that are called Complete, Complete Cat, Complete Pet, Complete First Certificate. So you can use them. They are really nice. I recommend you to have Cambridge books because they are really good. They prepare you for the exam for sure. Now, more things because we're going to finish the class. So I want to tell you that it was a pleasure to stay in front of you talking about tips to prepare your B1 exam. I have here my tips. Thanks for watching me. Hope you pass all your exams. If you are taking an exam this year, Vicky, good luck for next year. If you have doubts, if you have questions, you can ask me, okay? And I will answer you. So I'm here. We have more activities in Aula Abierta and Cultural Actes. Remember that we start at 8:30 with me, with these classes, and then we continue in Cultural Actes at 7 p.m. I will remind you that I will be here tomorrow to talk about tips to prepare your B2 exam by Cambridge. So I'm going to tell you the timetable we have if you want to see me. Tomorrow we have the tips B2. by Cambridge. Then on Thursday, Greenman is coming to my flat to tell us the last short story. And on Friday, we will make something special in our origamis workshop. You know, this origamis workshop is in Spanish, so I will speak Spanish, that I like my language a lot. You say thank you, you're welcome, girl. Thanks for watching me, really. I could see you every afternoon. You are gorgeous. So, we're going to finish the class right now. Hope my tips help you with your exams. Don't be nervous. You are really good. You are very nice. You are kind, and you are going to pass all your exams. You only need to study. You need to keep working. Okay, guys? So, Vicky, see you. And if you want to watch me tomorrow, I will be here talking more or less the same, because these general tips are for all the exams we have. So geography, history, okay? So you can use them. See you. Well, guys, see you tomorrow. Bye bye.